Boys, what is good? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm trying something different. I'm going to be going ahead and recording this video with no webcam just to see how this comes out. And I know I've been gone for a while. Again, I apologize for that. I went away on vacation. I've just gotten back. So in today's video, obviously we are taking a look at the Clippers. So I figured I'll give it a few days just to see sort of how the team gels after they get James Harden. And so far, not looking very good. So we don't have start today yet officially in the game because, as we know, 2K takes forever with this stuff. So it's technically still not working, but I did go through and force wins for all the games up until this point. And ironically, the Dallas one, kind of similar. Luka, 41, I mean, triple-double. It's crazy, but Kyrie there. So Luka just loves playing the Clippers, man. But just before we go any further, I do want to address some comments I've been getting about NBL rosters, which thank you guys. I appreciate the comments. It means a lot to me as an Australian. NBL, obviously our league. Unfortunately, to respond to everyone in those comments, I did have a look and there is no active roster yet in the game for 2K24, at least on next gen. So I apologize. It's not something I'm really ready at this point to try and make myself because it is a big task. Shout out to the guys that have done it previously. But yeah, in this instance, I'm just going to wait. And if someone does release a roster, I will let you know. But in any case, for today's video, we're going to be looking at the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, myself as a Laker fan, I feel kind of dirty, you know, going through helping these guys out. But I think the good news is, as a 2K team, they should be good. Obviously, we've lost the games that I've forced. But for right now, that is a pretty solid rotation. So I think we'll probably go to around the deadline. Hope we don't have any injuries. Actually, in this universe, Mason Plumlee's already come back. So I might even go ahead and see what the CPU wants to do in terms of the rotation. So it looks like Boston. And they did sign Primo to a proper contract, which interesting. But I guess we'll wait and see what happens there. PJ will be the 10th man, and that puts Plumlee to the 7th man, so we get even more depth. So I think we should be sweet. I think, if anything, the only upgrade I sort of want to make is to Zubac. I do want to win it all with Russ, but that said, I mean, if we can get a really good starting PJ and move Russ to the bench, I'm not against that, but it's probably going to be that Zubac spot. So let's get it moving, and I will stop if anything insane happens. This is my first time seeing the in-season tournament, actually, in 2K, so we might have a look at that. All right, cool, man. So there is a tab down here for the standings. We are in Group B in the West, so we're currently 0-1. Next game here against the Nuggets, which I assume we will lose, but no, we actually win because it is 2K. Jokic goes off, but Paul George still 36-5. Then we'll go over here to the Rockets. We might even get a chance to go to the finals for this, in all honesty. Paul George again, yeah. So he's been struggling since they've acquired Harden, but obviously in 2K that's not really going to apply. So we're going to keep it moving here. We beat the Pels too. Okay, so we're back to 7-7. And we are at the top, tied with the Nuggets here. All right, and unfortunately, we don't make the in-season tournament finals. You can see here, it is between the Hawks and the Mavericks. Kyrie drops 34. Luka, 26-point triple-double. Didn't shoot the greatest in the world. Trae Young had 26 and 13. Also didn't shoot great. But the fact that we're not even in the bracket kind of surprises me. I mean, I did sim a couple weeks, so I might have gone past the point where I could have seen what was going on. But if we go here, I mean, we did finish 3-1, so not particularly sure how that works. Maybe we just didn't win the qualifier there. But yeah, in any case, we're 11-10 right now, so I'm going to keep it moving. But yeah, I will definitely make some trades because I think this is the season we sort of have to go for it. We have an aging roster, but I will see what happens with that, and I'll be back with you guys in 1 second. So we are just going to fix up some things here quickly. We're going to lower Russ's shot tendency to a 75 and his touches to an 80. James, we can move up to about an 85. He's been one of our best players. Paul George at a 90 is fine. And Kawhi I would like also to be our best player. But that said, he doesn't need the ball as much in his hands. Zoo, we can up to about a 50. And then something like that, Norman Powell, 80 off the bench is fine. Now, obviously, in real life, you probably can't tell Russ to slow it down that much. But it is the game of 2K. So we are 13-13, so I'm thinking that trade might have to come sooner than later. We are about league average at offense and slightly below on defense, so it might be that we have to look at, but I haven't decided yet. So I will keep that moving, and I will let you guys know once I decide. All right, man, I'm going to try to do this trade here for Miles Turner, who in the game, his value isn't as high as it is in real life, even though he's playing really well in real life. Right now in the game, he's averaging about 16-10 and about 36 from 3. So I think he'd fit us really well. We're taking back Jordan Nora just so the players match. And we're going to be giving up Terrence Mann, who I know Clippers fans, he's a fan favorite. But I think for this to work, we're going to have to upgrade the center spot. So they'll probably say no. which is fine. We sort of expect that. We'll throw in these 2 second-round picks. They're still going to say no to that. So instead of 2 seconds, what about a first and a second? They're still going to say no, and another second, and that gets it done. Awesome. So didn't have to give up too much. 1 first and 2 seconds for Turner, Zubats, and Terrence Mann, which kind of sucks, but I think Turner really solidifies this starting 5 even more so. We get to keep Norman Powell. We still have Mason Plumlee. We get Jordan Nora back, who can actually be a productive player for us. We keep PJ Tucker. So there might be one more move here I make at the deadline for the bench itself. We're only in December here. You can see some of the other guys I considered: Claxton, Pirtle, Naz Reid, and Rob Williams, who just had a real life season-ending injury. So rest up, prayers up. Hopefully he's all right, man. It sucks because he's such a good player, but he just can't seem to stay on the floor. So let's see here the first game against the Celtics. That'll be a good test, and we do beat them. Fantastic. 9-point win there. Kawhi with 28, 21 for James, 17, 13, 2 on 5 blocks for Turner, and he hit 50% of his threes. Let's go, man. All right, I will most likely see you guys at the deadline. Let's cross our fingers for no injuries. All right, we still kind of suck, and I think a lot of that is due to Russ being the starting point guard. His efficiency is horrible, but I figure he'd make a good 6-man, and as I said, I do want to try and keep him. Now, Norm Powell has been good. He's been our 6-man most of the season. But I'm going to do this. We're moving Jordan Nora to his 3rd team. It's been a little while since that last trade, along with Norm Powell and Coffee, to the Wizards for Tyus Jones and Daniel Gafford, which I like a lot. I think Tyus Jones is kind of the perfect point guard to be running this offense. So he's going to start for us, and then Russ can play about 25 minutes. Getting Gafford is okay too, because we actually have 2 major injuries right now to Paul George and Mason Plumlee. So we're going to go ahead and change that around. Now that I think about it, that leaves us with a hole at power forward. So I think what I'll do for now, we'll see if we can cheese 2K. We're going to play Turner at the 4 and Gafford at the 5. Sometimes that works out for you, sometimes it doesn't. So I guess we'll see how that goes. And then we'll take away Kobe Brown's minutes here. And I'm going to do it. I'm going to play Josh Primo. He's upset. So he's down 3 overalls, but he is usually there. You can see at a 75 overall. Go about 15 to PJ. Gafford can play about 30. We can do about 28 to Russ, 25 to Bones, 30 to Tyus Jones, and then 3 more to Kawhi. All right, let's see if that makes a difference. And I think I will also move Plumlee, because now we don't need 2 backup centers. So we'll finish up here. A loss to the Wizards, and Norman Powell gives us 25. He outscores Jordan Poole, which is kind of funny. Our lone all-star here being Kawhi, 6-time all-star, is actually averaging less points than James and Paul George. But I'm actually going to make this trade here. So it's going to be Plumlee, Tucker, Brown in a second for mainly Tim Hardaway Jr. In a second, that'll make sense, because I may regret the Tyus Jones trade. I think what I'm going to do instead is let Harden play the 1, have Tim Hardaway at the 2, and then I think I will trade for another backup 4, and then Russ will be off the bench. So I think I will use Tyus Jones to get that done. So I do apologize. I didn't realize that till after, but let's just pretend Tyus Jones was part of a 3-team trade, and I will see what comes up for him that makes sense. All right, man. And after a lot of thinking, the last trade, Tyus is going to be here for DFS to be our backup, or now starting power forward, I guess, because we're going to move Kawhi back there while Paul George is injured. And then we will start DFS at the 4. So there's our new starting 5. A lot of tweaks there. We did manage to keep Russ. We still have Gafford. We got Derek Jones. We still have Bones. We still have Josh Primo, who I don't really want on the roster, and he's upset anyway. They haven't updated his extension yet in the game. So hopefully we get Paul George back soon. I might honestly even just trade Primo to get him off the team for now. And he has some value in the game anyway. Right, and I lied. This will actually be the last trade. So I guess, I don't know why the Nuggets would do that in real life, but in the game, I guess Josh Primo and Brandon Boston are already pretty good scorers, so they get sort of a 2 for the price of 1. Jalen Pickett's not really playing for them. So we get another wing stopper off the bench, which is nice. We'll still start DFS. So we'll look something like that. Hopefully Paul George comes back soon, and we're still a deep team. We've got about 10, 11 guys we can play, which is fun. That'll be all for this deadline. So we're currently 24 and 26. Hopefully we go on a bit of a streak and we get Paul George back soon. I'll see you guys in the postseason. Actually, just before I go any further, it looks like Kawhi will re-sign. So just for the sake of it, I will give him a deal. I can't front load it, which hurts, but we'll give him about 40 for 3 years, and he accepts that. All right, cool. All right, man, we won 43 games barely. I had to change the rotation a few times, and I don't know if we made the play, and that's going to be so embarrassing. Luka wins MVP, averaging 32, rounding up 10 and 9. 54, 45, 78 splits. Jesus, that's crazy. Vic, of course, is Rookie of the Year. Chris Paul wins 6th Man of the Year. Giannis Depoy, very nice. Jalen Johnson, Most Improved. Nice to see him getting some love. Curry averaged 29. The Hawks won a lot of games. And Dallas gets Exec of the Year. We get James Harden on All-NBA 3rd team, which is nice. He averaged about 22, 5, and 10 on 50, 40, 90. Yep, definitely deserving. Don't get anybody else on the teams. We did make it as the 9 seed. Let's go. Right, so James did actually lead us in scoring, followed by Kawhi, who had 26 and 4 on 50, 30, 9, 87 splits. Very good stuff from Kawhi. Paul George missed a bit of time, but he averaged almost 20, pretty much 19.9, 5 and 5 rounding up, 45 from the field. Turner with 13 and 9 and 2 blocks, which is very good. What did he end up shooting from 3? 35%. That is very good as well. THJ about 12 on 45 from the field, 40 from 3. Russ off the bench with 12, 5, and 7. You love to see that. Not going to look at his efficiency. I'm not going to do that to myself. Bones there with 11. Gaff with 8.5. DFS with 6.5 and 6 for Brown. First round of the play-in, we have the young Spurs. You know what they look like. So unfortunately, we would have to win this and the next game. Fingers crossed we should win this one, but you never know with 2K, and that's exactly what happens. It goes the other way. The Spurs are going to blow us out, which, I mean, we do actually come back. Let me not talk too soon. Tie game here. Still a tie game. We take a 3-point lead. We got a bit of back and forth, and we do get out of there just. Let's see how that ended. Paul George with 30. 21 for Vassell. But yeah, we're not a good team, man, if we're struggling to beat that Spurs team at this point. Now we have the Grizzlies, who are a good team. They are rocking Ja, Desmond Bane, Zaire Williams, Jaren Jackson, and Steven Adams. So let's see if we can win this game here and go to the playoffs. We started off, I think, was that 0-12, so that's not what you want to see. We do go up here 34-33 though. So a little more back and forth here. We do have the lead, at least for now. So 55-49 in the second, 65-59. And do we blow it open? We do. So I guess we're at least, just kidding, gonna go to the playoffs. Don't blow it. It's a 9-point game and we got it. Yeah, okay, cool. But we do seem to keep blowing leads, which is pretty tough. Desmond Bane 29, 33-point triple-double from Harden. That's what we're going to need. And would you look at that, we finally get the Battle of LA. Let's go. The Lakers are the 1 seed, so they have their same starting lineup, but I do know they made some trades, I believe, with Dallas. So it's just sim game 1 here, and we do actually win it. 134-117. We somehow blow them out. Paul George 25 and 11. Yeah, you can see they got Maxi Kleber there, which I don't know if that's the greatest deal in the world. I think they gave up Rui for that, which is kind of ridiculous. Can we go up 2-0? Nope, they win, which is to be expected. We're not going to take 2-0 from them in their home court advantage, I guess. Game 3, we do win though. Harden with 35 and 10. Just gave some more minutes to our star players there. Can we go up 3-1? We do. Okay, Tim Hardaway Jr. with 32 points. That's what I like to see. He only missed 2 shots. That's insane. And I'm going to sim the round because we don't blow 3-1 leads and we beat the Lakers in 5. That's the one time on this channel I'll ever be cheering for that. 36 and 12 for Harden. And now we have Dallas, who have made quite a few moves actually. So Grant Williams is still there. We gave them Plumlee. And then Josh Green. Also, forgot to mention we have 2 former Mavs, which is fun. Now, Luka is starting at point guard. So what I might do is I might put Kawhi on Luka and then Paul George on Kyrie. So then that way Harden, I guess, guards Graham Williams. I will do that quickly. All right, so with that out of the way, let's see what happens. Usually I feel like that doesn't actually matter in 2K. First time I'm actually seeing this, so we might have an injury. Let's just have a look at this. Nope, not entirely sure what happened there because we weren't playing him anyway. 2K, hello? I've no idea what that is, but see if it lets me go ahead now. No, all right, I mean, I'll go fix automatically. All right, of course we lose game 1. So Kyrie with 37, Luka with the 28-point triple-double. So as I said, sometimes I feel like those adjustments mean nothing. All right, just making sure Harden is actually on Grant Williams, but we do lose game 1. So can we win game 2? This is really going to annoy me. That seems to be another bug. So Musa, say continue automatically again, I guess. Luka with 44, 16, and 12. Kyrie with 33, 3, and 8, but we somehow win because Harden has 40 and 11, 20, 20, and 18. Come on, Tim Hardaway, get revenge on your former team. We're going to have to do that every time. That is so annoying. We go down 2-1. Luka has 49 and 12. I mean, you can't say it's not realistic, right? Because Luka always cooks the Clippers, but we do tie it up 2-2. Let's go Kyrie with 38. Let's simcast this next one. And yes, I do have to do the Musa Diabate thing every time. Thanks for that, 2K. Starting off down by 8 here in Dallas. It's a back and forth affair right now. We were behind most of the time, but we have a few lead changes here. Tie game going into the third. 4-point game here in the third towards the end of it, and then a 3-point game here going into the fourth. 5 points now. So, all right, man, let's do it. Let's see, can we just hold on through this fourth quarter here? It looks like we cannot. I lied, and we are going to lose on a game winner, aren't we? Just kidding, it is tied here. Let's hop in and see what happens. Hopefully we have the ball. I would assume we don't. And the game crashed. Fantastic. So give me a second and I will boot back into this. And of course it has reset this. So I'm going to go ahead and do this in the same order I think it went. So I believe we won game one, they won game two. Just give me a second. I'm going to sort this out. All right, so it's 2-2 again, back in Dallas. Now, you watch this game not even be close, and that's really going to annoy me. But I guess we probably don't want to hop in now because that looks like it's going to crash maybe every time. But thankfully, the score is similar. So let's go ahead and push it into the fourth. We have a 6-point lead here. They take it back just as quickly. And it looks like we are not going to get out of here. They win. Thanks 2K for screwing me over because I truly believe we would have won the game last time. I'm just going to go ahead and play the starters here a ton more minutes because they are ultimately the ones that are going to have to bring us home. We'll go 40 apiece for the big three. We'll go 37 to Turner and we'll go 35 to THJ. All right, let's just go ahead and see what happens here. Home in LA. Even if we lose, at least I can go ahead and just, I guess, release Moussa Dioubate or trade him or something because that glitch is very annoying. You could see we were up that whole game and we just choke it here right at the end. But we do actually pull it out, I guess, on a buzzer beater there. Luka has a 59-point triple-double with Kawhi guarding him. Kyrie not as much, but they lose. So I guess Luka really does just own this franchise even if we beat them here. And all right, man, here in Dallas, let's see, can we go ahead and get out of this round? And I don't think it looks good, man. Yeah, because Luka, I don't know if that's coded in for him to just own the Clippers in 2K. But we do bring it back slightly here. But no, it doesn't matter. They're going to destroy us. So, all right, man, all that for nothing. So that's always good to know. Thanks for that, 2K. I think if we beat Dallas, we probably would have beaten Golden State, and I think we would have beaten the Cavs, but Luka does get his first, averaging 36.5 points. LeBron retires. I'm going to tell him no for this time. We're in the market for a new assistant, and that Michael Storfer guy's here, so I figure why not? Just get some better ratings on the team as Ty Lue's still our head coach. All right, and we have no pick in the draft here, so Martis Buzelis goes first, Justin Edwards, Ron Holland, Isaiah Collier. Player options, Paul George declines, as does Russ. We will pick it up on Christian Brown. Moussa Dioubate, unfortunately, I'm going to say no just because of the glitch that happened in the last playoffs, which was really annoying. And we have to bring back James Harden and Paul George. So hopefully we can get this done. I'll give him a 3-year deal. However much money he wants, we are his first option. Fantastic. Paul George has a real deal from the Sixers, which would be pretty ironic. So we'll go ahead and give him as much money as we can. Hopefully 3 years is enough, and that is his favorite. Wonderful. Does hurt me giving those guys that much money, but what can you do? I will also try to bring back Russell Westbrook. All right, and again, he wants 26 million, which is absolutely insane. So unfortunately, I don't think we'll be able to bring him back, which is really annoying, man. I really wanted to win it with Russ, but maybe he was part of the problem anyway. So I guess we'll wait and see. He's probably not going to sign anywhere unless someone else picks him up, one of the AI. I'm bringing back Luke Kennard, though, on a minimum, sure. We get Derek Jones Jr. back on a minimum too, which is nice. Russ has a 1-year deal from the Kings worth about 12 mil, which he might accept. Now, Russ, I'm sorry, but I can't bring you back for that. So I guess we'll just have to renounce the rights on him, man. Paul George regresses 1, 2 for Harden, 1 for Turner. He's 28, okay. 1 point to 79 there. We do get these guys progress though, which is good. Just went into free agency. I don't think I've ever seen this screen before. It's really cool. It breaks down the tax and everything and the salary cap for you. So Russ now wants 8 million and he's insulted by 5. So that really doesn't make any sense to me. We'll keep an eye on it. Maybe we can bring back Russ a bit later on. I might even sign Josh Richardson 1 year, 5 million. He can play for us and then also we can trade that contract later on down the line, maybe even back for Russ. It's going to be our starting 9, same as last year pretty much. 4.5 star balance, which is nice. So let's see, can we win game 1 against the Jazz? Of course we lose. I feel like that's always how this goes. Game 2 against the Kings we lose. Can we at least win one game this week, please? Or does 2K just hate the Clippers? All right, and we start off on 3. Fantastic. So I'm going to get it moving. If there's any changes I think we need to make, I will make them. And you know the drill. I will see you guys shortly. All right, man, we started off really bad. And then I made some changes where I put Kawhi back to the 3 and we got a lot better. But our defense still isn't great. So I'm thinking as soon as I took THA out of the lineup, that's when we got better. So I might try and trade for Rob Williams and then move him to the full-time 4. And then that way he can play next to Turner once Second gets it done. Wow, I was not expecting that. Yeah, I think with Turner's spacing and Rob's defense at the 4 next to Turner, we should be a lot better. Hopefully 2K agrees with me. And then this also means we get to bump down all of these guys, which is nice. So Kawhi goes back up to a 95, which is what we want. PG goes down a little bit, but that's fine. So now we have Harden, Paul George, Kawhi, Rob Will, Turner, Bones Hyland, Dorian Finney-Smith, Christian Braun, and Daniel Gafford. And then I'm going to include this quote-unquote as a part of a 3-team deal. We're going to get Buddy Hield and John Wall, which is fun, from Indiana, who we've made a trade with previously, moving Thibault onto his 3rd team. So I think we did well. That lets us play Buddy Hield, and we get John Wall back instead of Russ, which is kind of funny, but we got one of the two at least. And he's actually nice in the sim, so if he plays at all, that'll be fine as well. Take this back to a 10-man, and we are currently 10-7. So with those moves, hopefully that's all I need to do, and I'll see you guys towards the deadline. All right, man, 15-8, and this time I did keep an eye on it. We are in the finals of the in-season tournament to go against the Pistons. We'll simcast this, and I might hop in because it's my first time seeing it, just to see if there is a celebration or anything like that. And we absolutely destroy them. Let's go, bro. We'll go to about 1 minute left, and I will see if there's anything cool. Let's see. I mean, you guys have probably seen this before, but to me it's new, and why not share it? And this is, of course, the actual in-season tournament finals court in Vegas, which I don't believe we've seen yet. They might have leaked it out, I guess, with other photos of the courts, which aren't looking very good right now. It's kind of a meme in the community, as I'm sure you're aware. And I guess we'll go to Paul George here, and we'll pull that, and we actually green that. That's pretty cool. I don't know Paul George's release. I guess that was a fader. Paul George guarded by Asor Thompson, which we know in real life isn't a favorable matchup, but in 2K we might be okay with it. And I think I missed that. No, I actually greened that too. Nice. And he makes that. So Paul George 15, 6, and 4. Jumping around here. Nothing really extra on top of a standard in-game celebration that I can tell. Just looks like a regular season game. And nope, no cup presented or anything like that. So good on you, 2K. I mean, I guess we haven't seen it in real life yet, so I'll give him a pass. So if anything, we got 1 ring or 1 championship in this video. Now let's just try to get the real one. I'll see you guys in a minute. All right, man, here at the deadline, we are excellent. We are 37-15, 1 seed in the West, 2 seed overall. I think the Cavs like 43 wins, 9 losses, something like that. And Robert Williams has made all the difference. To be honest, the guy I wanted in year 1, I wasn't really in a position to get him. He was injured in real life, etc. But he doesn't have to score a lot, 70% from the field, 5 points. But he's going to play defense. Turner can still hit a 3, even though he's down to 30%. Kawhi is our only all-star, he's averaging about 20 on great efficiency. Paul George, really good as well. And then James Harden, also really good. So those 3 averaging about 20 points. Bones is now our 6th man with 13. So at the deadline, yeah, you can see we're super deep, about 1080s, a 77. But I think I might test the market on John Wall just because he's not playing for us and he is making $7 million. For whatever reason. So if we can get an upgrade there, I will definitely do that. Maybe we can do him and someone else here. But I sort of really like everyone else. I don't know what I should do, but I'd be kind of crazy not to test the market. So if I can get a super 6-man, I'll definitely take it. All right, man, I didn't need to look much further than this. We're going to be trading for Quickly, who's now in Houston at an 81 overall with Bones and John Wall. And he's just going to be our super duper 6-man. We'll go ahead and make that change. So now it's Quickly, Hield, Finney-Smith, Gafford, and Braun. Still have Kennard there. And then we have all these other guys down here as well. So that's going to be the only trade we make. Hopefully that is enough to win a title this year. And I will see you guys shortly. just before we go, let's have a look if anyone will re-sign. Dorian Finney-Smith says he would, and I can get him on a bit of a discount as well. So I'll give him about 6.5 mil on a front-loaded contract, and that will be all. So I will see you guys in the postseason. Let's hope we stay as the 1 seed, 2 wins. Hey, looking pretty good, man. All right, we did not finish as strong as I would have liked second half of the season. Maybe we should have kept Bones, but we still get 54 wins. Darius Garland wins MVP. Jaden Hardy wins 6th man of the year, who I also had pop up in the trade finder, so maybe I chose the wrong guy. Cade wins clutch player of the year and most improved, which if you know, he shouldn't be winning that. 62 wins, 61 there. No all NBA or defensive players for us, but we are the 1 seed, which is good. We only had 1 more win than the Rockets, which is kind of concerning. It's who we took quickly from. So if we see them in the conference finals, we might get torched by Bones. So this season it was PG with about 21, 5 and 5, Harden with 19, 4.5 and 9, Kawhi with 19, 5 and 4, 12 for Quickly on good efficiency, 11 for Buddy, 10 for Turner, 9 there. Gafford has 8, Rob Henley has 5, 9 boards, but that's fine, big fella. So we have a rematch here of, I guess, last year's play-in tournament, and Robert Williams just got injured and healed as quick as anyone's ever done before. They are a little bit better. Looks like Denver Vassell's progressed, but honestly, we should sweep them. So I'm going to sim the round, and hopefully that is the case. 2-0, 3-0, 5-game series, gentlemen sweep. That's fine. Going up against the Nuggets this time, where we got Christian Brown from. Of course, they have Justin Edwards starting now, so they still have a good young player. And Houston got swept in the first round. Would you look at that? It was Anthony Simons and Scoot Henderson. And in that game, Bones only had 6 points. We made the right deal, man. So all the role players were pretty good in that first series, but I think we've got a tougher test here with Denver, so I'm going to have to change this up quickly. Struggled a little bit. Go 40 to those guys, 39 to Harden. Go about 20 there, 30 there. Actually, we'll do about 28 to Rob, 30 to Turner. So game 1, we win. Okay, Kawhi with 31, Jamal with 32, Jokic with 22-point triple-double. Game 2, we win. Very good, PG with 29. Game 3, we win. Awesome. And can we please sweep them? And they somehow come back to force a game 7 quicker than the Sims ever been before. Jokic with 41, but we still win, which is great. And now we have OKC, who are also demigods in this simulation. Thinking about Jokic the other day, man, clearly the best player in the league now, because a bad game for him is like 29 and 11, which just doesn't make sense to me. So they have Shea, Chet, pretty much the same team. So probably the same thing, right? We probably want Kawhi on Shea. So we'll do Kawhi on Shea and then Paul George on Josh Giddey. See what happens here. Game 1, we win. Very good. Kawhi there. Chet with 25. Shea had 14 points. So that's a good job there, Kawhi. Just lock him up a couple more times. 2-0. Kawhi with 31. Chet's giving us the business, though. I'm not going to lie. They win there. Chet with 35. If we lose to Chet is a good player, man, but like, come on now, Paul George, can we just sim the round, please? And we win in 5. Harden is your Western Conference Finals MVP, averaging 19 points. Wow. 5 rebounds, but 13 assists, 55. He didn't hit his threes really well, but who knows how many he actually took. And crash course with the Cavs. Same thing, man. We got to put Kawhi on Darius Garland. Oh, maybe not. We'll see what happens. I feel like 2K doesn't love him as much as some other guys, but we probably lose game 1, right? Yeah, and it was Garland. Okay. I learned my lesson, I'm sorry. Put Kawhi on Garland. Game 2, can we please not lose? And we do win that one. Cool. Garland still has 41, but nobody else really does anything. Can we go up 2-1? We do. Okay. Kawhi with 27. 27 for Mitchell. Can we go up 3-1? No, I didn't think so. This team is too good. 38 there for Garland. Rob Williams is frustrated for no apparent reason. He was starting and he was playing really well. So all that to fall out of the rotation? Absolutely not. I'm going to keep starting him for better or for worse. Or maybe we'll bring him off the bench just because that might really impact how he's playing. We'll do something like 20 minutes to him. DFS, we can play there. But if we lose this game, Rob is going back in. So we're here in Cleveland. Let's just not get blown out. So 27-20 start. 51, and it looks like, I was going to say we're blowing them out, but we're actually not. So let me chill. They bring it back here. It's a 2-point game. 99-92. So in the fourth at the start here, 109.98. Can we maybe come back, or not come back, but blow it out a little bit more? And it looks like we might not win, actually. So 3-point lead here. It is a tie game, dude. Are you serious? All right, let's jump in. All right, so they have the ball. Let's see what the guys are going to do here. We just need one stop to force OT, which is really frustrating because, like, we should have just had this game. You guys saw what was happening with the score there. I mean, Rob Will is in, which makes me feel a little bit better, actually. I can't speak. What are they doing? They're running a play here for Strus. He gets a good look. Harden gets a hand up, and they miss. Okay, going to overtime. All right, man, jumping back into Simcast here to start overtime. Let's see how this goes. They score the first bucket, which is never a good sign. We hit them back, though, which is nice. Not a lot of scoring. I guess we are both defensive-minded teams. We do score again there and there. They hit us back. Okay, so it's 141-136 with about a minute left. Nobody's scoring. There's a 2 from them. So I think we should win this. Assuming nothing crazy happens, we hit our free throws and we get out of there in OT. 148-137. Let's go 48 for Garland, but Harden has 36 and 17. So the reason that one I was really stressed over is because I think whoever won that game might win this series. Knock on wood. So they did actually put Rob Will back in the starting lineup. I guess maybe he's upset because his touches are so low. They're at a 45. Maybe his shots are really low. So, I mean, we can up you to a 50, my guy. But I don't really need you holding the ball all too much. See, players like that, I guess, in 2K logic, it makes sense for them to be upset. But realistically, he's in real life not running around saying, you know, I want to dribble and take threes and that sort of stuff. He's happy playing his role. So let's, I guess, just make sure our star players are playing all the minutes. So we'll go about 34 there. We'll give 30 to Rob, even though he's upset, and 35 there. All right, man, let's do this in LA. See if we can close them out here. Off to a pretty good start, and it is closer than I would like it to be. Okay, we go behind here. Nice. All right, going into the third here, we take it back by 3. Slight lead here if we can just hold on to this, and it looks like we blow it open. Let's go, man. Just don't choke this. We are going to win 2 chips in 1 year, technically, I guess, right? Because we did win the friggin' in-season tournament, which to me is kind of a meme. They're saying, oh, you know, it's really good. People are really competitive, this and that. I don't know if players care all too much about it. I think they're probably just playing it because they're trying to win games and get good seedings. An extra 500k is nice. I was thinking about this. I feel like it should have been at least $1 million per player. But I guess maybe if it does do really well and it provides them a lot of revenue, they might raise it up next year. It's because I don't know how much a guy like LeBron really cares about as they get a 3-second call there. That's hilarious. But a guy like LeBron or a guy like Steph, a guy like Russ that have made a ton of money in their NBA careers, how much do they really care? I guess about an extra 500k maybe. I mean, 500k is 500k, but Rob, did you get your touches this game so you can stop complaining? I mean, 8 points, 3-5 shooting. I'm sure that's good for Rob, I guess. Kawhi 33, Paul George has 25. So I'm assuming Kawhi is going to be your finals MVP as he gets open there for a mid-range. He hits that slightly early. So that's a lucky shot there. He does have catch and shoot on goal, which is nice, but he has 35, 6 and 5. He's going to be a finals MVP. Rob with a block there on Evan Mobley. Let's go, dude. So some of the trades I made got a bit crazy because, I mean, it's 2K and I was panicking. I think their window is pretty small, so they need to get it done quickly. No pun intended, because we do actually have quickly here, but I would have liked to have gotten Rob in the first season. That was the guy I wanted. Didn't work out. He's injured in real life, so I figured I'll wait. Got him this season, and he pretty much immediately turned our team around, so let's go, man. We did it. NBA champions, LA Clippers stand up, and it's actually Harden, averaging 25, 5, and 12. Almost 2 steals, almost a block, 50, 40, 90. Yeah, okay, that's deserved. He said, you know what, forget about it. I'm going to do it. So unfortunately, we did it without Russ and John Wall, which is kind of funny, but it is what it is. He wanted 20 million. I tried to bring him back. It wasn't happening. But if we did filter by points, so Kawhi actually had more points than James. He had about the same amount of assists. James had a lot more assists, had the same amount of steals. Harden had more blocks, about 50% similar efficiency from the field. Okay, I take it back. Harden, yeah, deserved finals MVP. Congrats, dude. So hopefully you guys did enjoy. As I said, something a bit different this time without the webcam. It is starting to get hot in Australia. When I have the webcam, obviously need my lights on and it gets really warm. So let me know how you guys felt about it. If you did enjoy, please leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, hopefully the Clippers can turn it around. I know some of these trades got a bit out of hand, but you got to have fun with it too, right? So until the next one, I'll see you guys later. Peace out.